Hey guys, RTG here, and welcome back to Unnecessary War, the channel. We are in a war that doesn't need to be in. We have
Let's keep this conversation
not been placating. Just placated you, right?
Your presence dark. I'll see you bleed for this.
Yeah. Recent battle won in victory. Excuse you? Recent battle won. Enemies eliminated. Who did you beat in a battle? Where? How? Because it wasn't me. Honestly, where? Okay, you spawned annoyingly up here when I wanted you over here. Okay, that city just built a few units. What we want now is some science and more science, and I guess gold at this point. And for now, we demilitarize. Oh right, we are at war with you guys still, huh? Who can we demilitarize? Yeah. Ew. Not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. Still don't know who you wanna fight against. Annoyingly. This honestly wasn't a fight worth getting into. But I don't know, I just like the fighting. Okay, yep. Continue shooting. They're doing surprisingly less damage than they were to a helicopter, but sure, go off, King. Okay, we can finally get into here. Why can I not attack? This is a musketeer. Okay. Honestly, probable in capturing the flag. Oh, next turn. You've been placated this turn. You've been placated this turn.
A delight to see you again.
Okay, gonna leave. Oh, they have there's a civil war grievance. Interesting.
I hope our little chat is as unpleasant. You tread dangerously.
Okay, so they're losing at least 5 per turn, so they're probably losing their city as of next turn. And they have a bunch of one-off units, so we may be able to pick off an easy kill. You guys can actually hit. Why are you on patrol? I don't need you on patrol. I don't need the majority of you on patrol. Can I? Okay. Fighter animations way too slow. Well, bomber animations. Okay, espionage here and here. Oh, you finished all of those. Now place that. Okay. Okay, we've placated that guy.
Speak and make it. Fate will.
And you. How can you not get there in one turn?
It's always so excruciating to
A most of.
Okay. Idle army. Helicopter's gonna finish next turn. But these guys are the definition of easy pickings. It's kind of annoying that they have to confirm that they want to get attacked. But I can never confirm when I want to be attacked. No, that would be too fair. This helicopter, I'd rather you spawn here. Thank you. You guys, I guess, just chill. Capital. Oh, annoyingly, you guys spawn and instantly go on air patrol. Oh, right, we have nuisances in our borders. And annoyingly, this actually destroys my stuff. Oh, that was a full-on attack. Cool. Makes sense. You guys, as much as it's not going to matter, I want a bunch of science districts, capital, replace that nature reserve with some housing. Capitalism. Replace the market quarter. Didn't I just send for you to build a bunch of stuff? Okay. Try getting all that done. Now this dude wants to attack our embassies. Yep. Okay. The attack didn't go off. The wild frontier. The emergence of the internet has led to an explosion of content in every hue and color. Most sites are apolitical, but some are highly political and sometimes critical of your government. With the web not respecting traditional borders, most content is impossible to police. What is your stance on the public's access to the creation of such content? Defiant on all our cities. I guess war can be ended here.
Let's keep this conversation short. You
And do we? I think we have one attack that we can just launch rather quick. I think these are the guys that ran away. Okay. Either way, more guys running.
Your voice is like nails on slate.
For surrender. By virtue of the war. Oh, we have 200 war score. So, what cities is okay? So we need at least one of these territories to contain gemstones. Okay, so this city actually has the gemstones, but we want one of the territories attached to it. Okay. I think this is the city we just captured. I know that Amplitude did a decent job at setting this new how do I put this? The new war support table where you can select. Do we have porcelain? Where you can select what cities you want. Okay, we have porcelain. You can select what territories you want to look at. But my issue is these territories aren't named anywhere. Amplitude, if you're watching, well, the Humankind team, if you're watching, which I know you watch my videos, I've seen it. This hover over here, can we see territory names? Please. Because the highlights only do so much. And if there is some way to look for territory names outside of that, okay, I think I may have found it. We're looking for Sulafat. So is that anywhere in this list? Here. That's the territory we're looking for. Can we vassalize you guys? No, because it requires 420 nice war support. Okay, so we're gonna get this one that has the uranium and the gemstone, which is the one thing we're missing. We can get flex. That seems also useful. Annoyingly, these weapons were built in the main part of the city. Okay. So I think wait, do we have, is Kerma the city we just took? No. Napata. Oh, Kerma is the capital. So we are looking for flex. Okay, must be owned or adjacent to something. Wait, I'm not seeing the one that we asked for a while ago. Is it me? Up. Okay, it's because I took off. Okay. So a bunch of territories. We have 21. Doesn't seem that we can... No, can't get anything else. Forced to surrender.
Really? It was...
I just think of you as one of those characters that enjoys collecting things. Stamps, coins, resources, power.
That is a border. This is trespass. Next is retribution.
Okay, so newer implants next turn. That's an additional 500. That's going to send us above 20k fame. I don't see the AI catching up to us at this point. So I know I said that I'll probably end this shortly, but we are actually on the way to getting this entire thing done. Okay, you guys heal. Up. I didn't take the territory. Okay, I guess. Helicopter, you can chill. You guys merge up with the helicopter. So I guess, okay, what I took was pretty much everything down here. Oh, I took Kerma and this city by proxy. Oh, I think Kerma was part of the original. Yeah, it's because Kerma was part of the original request, I guess. But yeah, these guys have little to no way of catching back up. These don't seem to be moving any faster. Looking for territory that they would have close by. Oh, if we have Kerma, where's... Oh, there's a hostile army over here. So we can't absorb Kerma. Well, I guess maybe next turn when they get a chance to move over. And they annoyingly have this centerpiece. Also a hostile army here. Yeah. Okay, so we figured out we burn that bridge when we cross it. At this point, nothing I build in these territories are going to be of significant use. So I'm just going to tack on a few things. Firstly, expert policy, food and science. Food and science. Thank you. That's all these cities are going to be useful for. Expert policy, food and science. neural implants. And now I presume this means me, because no one else is close to anything else. Because we have the science victory turned off. I have the most vassals, and
Let's keep this conversation short. Someone will be
don't remember if I did that last turn. If I lose, okay, didn't lose a unit, but they apparently had reinforcements. Again, nothing you guys do at this point is going to be of any use. Oh. Working conditions. We can push for workers' rights, which is 1 stability on workers' quarters. And is that... no. That pushes us closer to collectivism. Or we can get profit focused, which is 5 money on makers' quarters, minus 50% delay between 2 crisis independent peoples spawn on city outposts. You know what?
It's good to remember occasionally that those numbers on spreadsheets are living, breathing humans.
True. I don't even know where that policy... oh, all the way over here at the end of our economic, I guess, civics. Okay, we are in no...
Let's keep this conversation short. You cockroach!
we are in almost no wars. Gonna pack you guys down here, just by virtue of needing an army. Gonna absorb this city just for the lulls. And this still has over 500 surplus. Let's make the city massive, just because. And it's still growing. Cool. 3 turns for spec ops. I thought oh, that already has an army. So I guess move. Oh, Kerma already also has a standing army. Okay, you guys move this general direction. Gonna upgrade that because it's gonna be annoying otherwise, and I guess that, even though I'm getting an upgrade to these guys in a little bit. Full alert. You are going to... why are you so... no, I'm not going to accept your surrender. I'm going to win the war. There's a difference.
Speak and make it quick.
I find your proposition.
Thank you. That's not how this goes. Is this the city I am occupying?
You've made the right choice.
Okay. There are consequences to your actions, and I hope you understand that now. Okay, That is the half-hour mark. But with 7 turns left, I think we're just gonna push through. Replacing the nature reserves for housing complexes. We aren't at war with anybody. Everything is peaceful. Still building a standing army. Gonna do some light espionage, which we can't do because these guys are apparently... What, are prowlers just combat units? Okay, Spec Ops unlocked. Oh, these... they literally are just combat units.
Tell me, how can I aid you?
I'm sorry, but no deal is better than a bad deal.
Then I just refuse.
Fulfilling my demands is no longer necessary.
I find your proposition outlandish at best.
Maybe I was hasty in my demands. Forget them.
Oh,
I suspected that you would acquiesce.
that went smoother than I thought it would. Okay, so we win this game in 5 turns. Military lasers. If we for some reason don't win this game in 5 turns, I am building nukes, taking heavy capital, don't care. Okay. Housing complexes for everyone. I told you guys, I don't want to hear sight nor sound of any of you. Okay. Annoyingly, there is no land connection over here. So absorbing this city plus one of some city over here would be the only way of containing this the entirety of this place into the capital. Kermo, and just turning you into a mega city just because. Okay, actually gonna lean for influence, even though it's not gonna matter. Are you still building military? You're still building military. You know, I'll just move all of you back into the city. Okay, the capital. It's gonna finish that in 2 turns. Okay. Nothing any of referring to the cities, nothing any of you guys are gonna tell me is worth what is coming next. So, without any further ado, long load time is a good sign. Military lasers complete. We are up to 20,000, well, 20.5, 20,500. End of your journey. This is your last turn. One of the Empire has researched all technologies. You will be remembered as mythical RTG. I don't think. Oh, 3 techs. I refuse to believe one of the AI actually completed all technologies. Granted, we may have actually been able to complete the getting all our stars. Granted, it would have worked out with the same amount of fame, but again, not important. I actually hated all of you. Don't want to hear from you. You aren't friends. Okay. And I try again without any further ado.
First among equals, peerless among peers. Without inflating your ego too much, it must be said that you have claimed the mythic place in the tumultuous history of humankind. History will not remember you as a warrior, or banker, or farmer. Your fame was garnered more or less everywhere. History may also remember you with the same awe that visitors felt when they saw the wonder you built. Magnificent. If there is another thing you should be remembered for, it is for the green, thriving world you leave to the future. And though your people may have found it difficult, history is certainly impressed. You participated in the longest war. Congratulations. Under your guidance, the thrilling tale of humankind has been rewritten in your own words. There may be future adventures and deeds, and even grander scope for this grand story. Regardless, you have left a great mark and answered the question: how far will you push humankind?
We did it, team. With a grand total of 20,455 fame, RTG has won. Our best era being the contemporary, which makes sense because this is since we did the technologies that gave a bunch of fame. Plus, as Singapore, where we got a fame percentage boost. Easy doing. How did you get over 4,500 fame as the Persians in the classical era? Ethiopians got less than 4,000 in the industrial. Make it make sense. Alright, we actually got a competitive star because we were failing. I didn't know these popped up here. Okay, don't care. Now, what you all have been waiting for, the stats. Okay, territories controlled 64. Darn it. Should have noticed. Could have gotten an easy 5 territories somewhere. Districts built 694. 63 battles won, 166 units defeated. Best city, capital, obviously. Longest war. While we were the Swiss? Is that the Swiss? No, that's not the Swiss. I can't remember. Norse? Not Norse. Celts. I think those are Celts. Against Brazil. Didn't expect that. 153 curiosities. Longest ideology, liberty. Yeah. Fame. Last place. Significantly. Around turn 320 is when we started getting a boost of fame, but at that point we were still very far behind. All these guys kept very close throughout, and then heavy boost here at around 380, 200, round about that. 380 or 400, sorry. Where we actually managed to jump into, I believe this was 7th place still, but we were just slightly below 6th, and then boop, and we just got in first and continued spiking. Food. We were actually producing the most that is because we took a bunch of cities, which led to food production. But generally, more people had more cities and bigger cities. So yeah, food production. Industry, we actually, some of these are taken cities, but a lot of this is just, each of these major spikes is us taking a city. I can say that with a lot of confidence. So, but we were first for a lot of the game in terms of production. Industry production. Money wise, we were never really in debt. We were at negative 5 for some time, but other than that, we spent a few times around 0, but money went brr. Science went brr. And this is why I don't believe one of the other empires completed all the tech. One, that would mean they have, that would have mean they completed the game, but that would mean they have those major techs at the end of the tech tree. And who was this? Oh, the Japanese lost a bunch of tech for some reason. They probably took some cities, because spike in tech, build, drop in tech. So they probably took some cities during a war and lost them. Influence. Yep. Granted, most people had less than 4,000 influence at a time. 4,000 influence was low for us. Even when it even like at the end of the game where we just bought off a bunch. Well, I don't think that was really accounted for, but we spent off a lot of influence and the low. Oh yeah, we did spend a time at negative, but this says at the beginning of the era. Weird. Maybe we were merging cities or something. Stability. Where are? Okay, here we are. The most unstable our empire was around a combined empire 60. Oh, these guys, I think this was when we won that massive war and they lost a bunch of their territory, so they spent probably a turn or two just massively on this population. Okay, this was us, right? This was us taking our first set of cities, like first winning our first war, and then we maintained and build, even though we were even though we started merging the capital and losing a bunch of population, but it seems like we gained more than we lost at any given point. Religion. You know what? I never checked to see if we actually took back Christianity. Might have to check that out to see if we became the leaders after. Oh, yeah, we did take Kerma. Between Kerma and that other city had a decent number of holy sites. And this guy lost. I don't know how to read this. As in, like, I know how to read a graph. I am technically a math major, but I'm not understanding how their follow the religion dropped all the way down to 0, stayed at 0 for almost 100 turns, and then spiked back up. Unless it counts as them adopting atheism. Maybe they may be atheists, because these guys adopted atheism fairly early on and dropped, and then I guess picked up on some other religion. I think Christianity started spreading pretty much everywhere. These guys, all of them dropped their religion at some point. Research. This is ancient, classical, medieval, industrial, pre-industrial. I can't remember the eras, but contemporary, industrial. I don't remember what era this is, but this fourth era is where our research started to spike. Since you can't really research more than one thing a turn, unless you, for some reason, sandbagged your research and just like put everything at like piece of a turn, and then switch to other stuff, and then just complete a bunch of them at one turn. Okay, go off, king. Trade. This is a war declaration, because either a war declaration of some kind or a grievance, because both of us sunk our trade. These guys were negative trade? How? Literally, how? Military. We were really low well, everybody starts off fairly even at the start of the game, but I think by time we found anyone, oh, here, turn 60 was the only time we were evenly matched militarily with the, I think they were Japanese last. I don't remember what they were throughout the game, but turn 60 was our literal only opportunity for us to go to war on even footing. And even still, I doubt highly that our military would have been even. But even mid-game, well, even end-game, we were middling. This is when we just produced a bunch of units and produced a bunch of strong units, because we honestly weren't. Yeah, I think this was a war that we lost a bunch of units, but honestly, there's a spike here and a spike here. Well, spike here, I think that was just us refreshing units. So we were pretty poor militarily. Like this guy, these were our allies, and these two lost a bunch of military because they were at war either with us or with somebody. Yeah, so that makes sense. Cities. Yep. There was a time that we had 13 cities, and I think that was when we had a bunch of cities severely overcapped, and we just like put a few of them together, got some more, put a few more together. Okay, I think what was that thing? Oh, continue. Hey, we can build dragoons. Hey, just got an achievement. No idea what it was. Didn't notice. Nope. Still not the religious leader. Okay. Kerma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. All the people of our empire believe in Christianity, but how is this only registering? Because these guys don't have 9. Yeah. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. No, that's ours. So we should have 3, 1 over there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 holy sites. I call shenanigans to the highest degree. Because by proxy, religious leader decides which then is a religious leader is the empire with the most holy sites related to the religion. Do I not have enough Christian holy sites? I guess not. It's clear ruins. Administrative center renovations. How does one go about changing let's see, can I cannot strictly highlight the pagoda. It is not a ruin. Okay, replacing the ruin did absolutely nothing. Okay, it's not a ruin. I know. Oh, the video is basically over. You guys, if you're still here, you can go now. Okay, those of you who stayed, can any of you help me figure this out? Because it makes zero sense to me. Oh, we did start, I guess, pushing our influence better. That's good for us. We pretty much pushed these guys back out. The Egyptians up. Yeah, so the Egyptians no longer have a religious influence on us. Granted, influence seems pretty even around Congress. No international crises, no laws to be voted on, doctrines. Doctrines are iffy, honestly. I feel like the Congress of Humankind, real good addition. The session leaders take forever to roll around. Sessions, although even when I became session leader, I had no idea what the session was supposed to be doing, so I couldn't decide on what civic I wanted to put forward to Congress. I feel like doctrines, although they count as global stuff, like they are defined by what views the world have on their axes, basically. But generally, you don't notice them, which is kind of a takeaway, because like this, all settled cities, which most of our cities are, get 2% FIMs. Basic 2% FIMs are like elementary stuff. Yeah, Congress of Humankind doesn't show up until like mid-game, and this effect is if the majority of people are in here. So 10% FIMs, bearable, cool. This should be at least 5%, being middling. No effects. Stability. Basic. Social. Technologies discovered by an empire with a state religion will be automatically provided to other empires that share this state religion. That is a cool effect. So basically, if everyone is traditional, anytime somebody with your state religion discovers a technology, everyone in that religion gets that technology. Cool. Real good. Science on city outposts per territories following state religion. also interesting, kind of would have made more sense on this side, which is 2 science and research quarters. No, we don't need more science and research quarters. Technology is discovered by at least half the world's empires will be provided to all empires without them. Progressive, cool idea. At least half. So 5 people out of our 8 need to discover technology, and the other 3 people that don't have it get it. Cool. That makes it really quick to progress through the tech tree for those other 3 people. War support equilibrium value. If it's a worldview, everyone is at 0 war support by default, except militarists. They are going to be at 30. 20 minimum war support to declare a surprise war. So surprise wars are harder to declare, and formal wars are harder to declare. So instead of needing, I think it's 80 for a formal war, you need 90. Surprise wars, I believe, are 50, so you have to be at 70. War support increase when winning a battle, on cool. War support increase when opponent retreats, cool. That's all that pretty cool. 100% war score. That, I feel like this 100% war score is what influences or has influenced the balancing for wars. Because as you saw, most of our wars, unless we steamrolled, we weren't able to vassalize, which I feel like should, if you end a war with 100 war score, your enemy has 0, you should be able to vassalize them. You could ignore, you could subtract, take in cities, all that. Once you complete a war and you aren't making demands outside of what demands were made to begin the war, because those don't cost anything, you should be able to vassalize at the very least. Money generated from ongoing trade, lame. Minus 20% costs when buying a resource through trade, actually kind of interesting. Minus 50% research extractor industry costs, lame. By time this comes online, you don't need production for your resource extractors. They take maybe 2 turns, maybe. So minus 50%, and by the time this comes online, you would have built the vast majority of extractors in your empire. So you would have built most of them, if not all. Your opponents would have been, well, AI is kind of bad at building extractors on mid to lower difficulties. Even some of the quote-unquote higher difficulties, they have difficulty building extractors. But most people should have extractors built, and by the time this becomes a thing, you won't have many extractors left to build unless you're expanding. And if you're expanding, you can buy those with gold or influence. So minus 50% production. Plus 2 bonus access to discovered strategic resources. Kind of iffy on this one. It is good. So plus 2 bonus access to discovered strategic resources. So does that mean if you have discovered uranium but you don't have any access to uranium, everyone gets, well, you get 2 to uranium just because you have discovered it, that may be cool, because that, well, even if you have high science, low production, lower middling production, you may be able to get this, research nuclear fusion and start building bombs a couple turns faster than if you were to build an extractor. But anyway, yeah, I think that is that. If you have made it to the end of this video, despite my ramblings, thank you. And I hope that if you made it to this real niche part of the video, that you enjoyed what we do here. Well, what I do here, and what we, because you guys are experiencing it. Anyway, I am blabbering again. Thank you guys. I am going to take a break from Humankind. Maybe a week, maybe 2. So this video definitely gonna be out on Friday. Yeah. Sorry, past me saying expect a video on Wednesday. We actually did get stuff wrapped up in around half an hour. Funny how quickly time goes when you're not at war. Yep. Yep. I'm going to be taking a break from Humankind for a week, maybe 2. Even if it's not your thing, I would really appreciate those of you who have stuck around this far to give the Tunic stuff on the channel a look. It's a completely different style of game. I am fumbling a lot, but if you made it to this section of the video, you are either very obsessed with Humankind or a big fan of the channel. Either way, I support it, and either way, I appreciate your support. Okay, and for the umpteenth, pollution needs to be reworked again. I did try in the beginning to reduce pollution, but I feel like the amount that you lower pollution compared to the exponential rate that it grows, like you can kind of reduce pollution in the beginning. Where am I on this list? Okay, second at 10k pollution produced. Japanese at 25k, and I started polluting way before the Japanese did. Anyway, Onug, our capital, currently low pollution, very low pollution at that, and we have been pushing. Oh right, we absorbed pretty much everything into the capital already. We have been pushing nothing but pollution for the longest time. Like, we have aerodromes, we have trains, we have policies that increase pollution, and we've built very few trees. And I don't believe the trees that came out, I don't believe the trees that were naturally there reduced pollution. I doubt it, because we had trees and we're still making pollution. But I am rambling. The fact that we haven't even left pollution level 0 at the current rate is going to take another 76 turns. And the game is well over. Game was over a while, technically. I feel like at least the threshold should be dropped a bit. There is a total 60k pollution in the atmosphere. We need 125. I feel like the first barrier for pollution could be dropped to even 50 seems like too little. 25k pollution in the atmosphere for the first level, because I feel like once you get to 125, that's like fully polluted. Can we? There's no pollution. I'm not seeing like a pollution rundown to figure out like what each stage of pollution does. But anyway, that is I believe my rant done. Oh, diplomatic affinity, thumbs up. Really enjoyed it. The earning Diplo stars still kind of shaky, but overall I enjoyed the new touches, even though we only got to play with a handful of them. Oh right, we were the Franks, the Celts and the Franks. Early modern, right. Neolithic, ancient, classical, medieval, early modern, industrial, contemporary, right. Gotta commit those to memory. We Sumerians enjoyed. Cool. Swiss. I don't think we put the Swiss to their full advantage. Plus 100% army upkeep on non-allied units in your territory. 100% leverage from units. Leverage was useful. That helped. The Sumerians, the attached costs and the signing of treaties, both kind of useful for the early game, fell off heavily in the late game. Well, no, the signing of treaties actually carried throughout and was not useless, but not noticed, if you get what I mean. Who else? Siamese, Singapore, loved them. Well, communal housings, useful for what they were, forgot for the majority of time how to build them. Reserves, one of those things where you don't always need it, but you're gonna be glad when you do, even though this time it never came up. But I feel like some other game, amazing units. 51 combat shrink, pretty weak, but it makes up for it, for one, being doubled, and two, being like home guards. So no one should be able to ever take your capital once you get this, unless they drop a nuke, which at that point doesn't matter what home guards you have. Reservists should be the best defense if your city is ever going to be attacked. Okay, rant officially, fully, truly over. And with that, I have been RTG, you have been you. Peace, love, and tranquility to all of you, and I shall see you with our next Humankind playthrough. Alright, see you guys.